Hello, you guys. Welcome to Wine and Wellness Wednesday. I'm Lindsay Brantley, the founder of Camellia Alise and the Camellia Alise Academy, and I am super excited to be here with you guys today. So, I've gotten so many emails, calls, questions during the summit and all over the place about the Texas laws, what's changed, what you can do, what you can't do. And so I'm going to share a couple resources with you guys and give you some updates on what I have. And then I also have some links that I'm going to post on both videos. But if you guys have questions about, Texas law specifically, I'm going to kind of answer those today. Now, let me first say this before I even go through everything. So, in the state of Texas, I am a medical aesthetics practitioner. Our academy is a vocational school, and we are now under review going through everything to become a fully certified university so that we can do licensing in certain programs such as laser hair removal. A lot of you guys are getting in big trouble right now because you're doing things and not understanding what requires a license, what requires a certification, and where to get the information. So I'm going to tell you this: a reputable school will provide a resource to tell you where to get this information. Okay, so if they're like, well, it's not my problem, or just come take this class, that's not going to be the right school for you. Now, do not, okay, have the expectation that that school is going to do everything for you. I'm not filling out your spa applications. I'm not, putting you under my insurance. There are certain things that you have to do, but your school should at least provide resources so that you know where to get this information from. And if they're not willing to do that, they're not willing to answer the phone, to give you anything before they take your money for a class, you probably want to rethink taking that class. So the reason that we're talking about Tdlr is because about 3 or 4 months ago, they posted on their page saying something like, remember, body contouring has to be done by a massage therapist, right? And then recently, someone came to us and said the same thing. They said they had an inspector come in and tell them, hey, if you're not a massage therapist, you're not supposed to do that. So I have called Tdlr myself. Like I said, we're under review with them right now for our licensing programs, which should be passed in February, y'all. So you can actually get laser licenses through our new school, but it's in progress. But I say all that to say, I have been directly in contact with them, and I'm going to be sending you guys, if you want it directly in the DMs, you guys can just send us a message, but I'm going to post it in the comments here. There is a listing that Tdlr gives you that says who can do what. Okay, so I'm going to post it right now. I posted it in one. But there is a document that says who can do what. I will send that on YouTube. But it very easily says on there, first of all, body wraps, unregulated in the state of Texas. You have your certification, you are good to go. Laser hair removal, you cannot do that without a license, you guys. That is why we have to go through so much to get the licensing for the school. Body contouring. Right now, it is listed under, okay, the medical board, and Tdlr is also saying it's going to be under massage therapy. It is still a gray area, you guys. Right now in the state of Texas, unless you are doing something other than body contouring, you should not be having issues. Okay, so let me explain what happened with the person who, or one of the people who has contacted me. They were doing something that definitely required a license, like waxing. You cannot do waxing in the state of Texas without a license. You cannot do that without being an esthetician. You cannot do facials in the state of Texas unless you are an esthetician or have a cosmetology license. So if you are doing facials and somebody sees you doing it and you don't have the proper license, guess what? They're going to report you. And guess what happens when an investigator comes out? They're going to say, well, not only can you not do facials, but you also can't do the body sculpting. You also can't, because they're looking for more things to fine you on. Okay. We have students that come in every day that have been doing wood therapy, body wraps, cavitation without a problem for 5 years, right? Now, that does not mean that you don't need to get your aesthetics establishment license In class, we teach you guys what you need to do to get that. So there are certain licensing and certain paperwork that you need. But if you're doing body wraps, if you're doing certain like cavitation services, you still do not have to be a massage therapist. You do not have to be an esthetician. And, okay, I partner with 4 large esthetician programs. And actually, one of my staff members is in another esthetician program right now. I partner with 4 of the largest esthetician schools in the state of Texas and massage schools. They don't teach body wrapping. They don't teach wood therapy. They don't teach cavitation. Most of them do not. So for Tdlr to be like, well, you have to be a massage therapist, but they don't teach this in massage therapy school, and you haven't specifically listed it. So I'm also going to give you guys a link that shows Tdlr every time there's a new law or a new rule. For instance, in 2020, where they said you had to shut down, you had to completely shut down due to COVID, or what recently passed in June of 23, they changed the penalties for cosmetologists. They can't just enact laws, and they don't just enact laws without first publishing it. It has to be a public publishment, and they have to give you time, right? You don't want to just shut down everybody's businesses. When they instituted a braider's license, they had to give you a couple months to make sure that you stay in compliance. So they can't just pass laws without making sure that people know what the laws are, publishing them, and they publish them on their cosmetology website. That website I'm gonna share with you guys. Okay, so for those of you guys that are freaking out, like, I'm not gonna have a business, and I honestly, right now, I'm not telling y'all to just go out there and get a massage therapy license, because what happens if it goes under cosmetology? Then you have a massage therapy license and you still can't do it, right? So I'm not telling everybody, don't rush out there. I'm still teaching people who do not have esthetician's license or cosmetology licenses, but depending on what state you're in, or like I said, specifically Texas, you need to know what you can and can't do. You cannot, I'm repeating because it's so important, you cannot do facials if you are not an esthetician in the state of Texas. You cannot, okay? You cannot do laser hair removal if you do not have a laser license. You cannot, okay, do waxing services. Like, there's a lot of people right now teaching these classes on, oh, I'm gonna show you how to do permanent hair removal on people with these little bitty handheld machines. Like, my machines, y'all, that I'm purchasing for the actual school and that you want to use to get the best results, 50,000 plus. Those are not cheap machines. I would never even buy $1,000 laser hair removal machine because it's not going to help my clients. So I posted the link, like I said, here on our Instagram. It specifically, you guys, tells you what can and can't be done and what it's under. Please click on that link and look at it. And then, like I said, I have another link I can share with you guys online if you need it, that gives like all the laws for Texas as they are updating new things. Hell, as they are changing policies. Like I said, they changed the price of a penalty for a cosmetology violation. They had to publish that too. So whenever there are major changes, they publish that information. So stop freaking out, but be well informed. Okay, that's the biggest thing. Be well informed and know and understand what you can and can't do so that you don't get yourself in trouble. And stop always trusting everybody that has a class, you guys. I spend so much time telling y'all what to look for with classes, but stop trusting everybody that's offering you a class, because they're after your money. They're not always going to help you. I'm doing this for free every week just to answer y'all's questions. But you have to do the research yourself as well. You cannot expect that somebody else is going to do everything for you, because I'll give you guys a resource, right? I'll give you a link, but I expect that you do your due diligence and you do the research before you invest your money, because I know I am, right? Like, I'm going to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, because I don't want to waste my money, and you guys need to do the same thing. Some of the things y'all need to look for with these classes, I keep telling y'all. Are they answering your phone before you give them your money? If you cannot get an instructor or an academy or a company on the phone before you give them your money, why would you give them your money? Okay, so that's first. Can you reach them? Are they accessible at all? Do they have experience? Y'all, sometimes it's as simple as looking down people's Instagrams. There are some people who took a class 3 months ago and now they're like, oh, I'm going to teach a class. Can you track this person's history? If not, don't invest a whole bunch of money in a class with somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. Okay. In addition to that, do they do the services themselves? So this is a big one, you guys. A lot of people go out there and they teach you this and they teach you that and they do this and they do that. But are they actually doing it? For instance, one of the people that I had to come speak at the summit, and I have her come all the time, is Miss Kia from Beautiful Body Sculpting, booked and busy, talking about like 100 clients a week. That's somebody you want to learn from because they're doing that service regularly. You don't want to learn from somebody who took a class and then now they teaching you that and they haven't even touched 3 people's bodies. They don't have any results. They don't show you any video. There's nothing that actually shows this person doing these services, but they want to teach you and they want to take your money. That does not make sense. So look at the client, the person's experience. Are they even responsive to you ahead of time? And ask questions. You know, what else is it that you're looking for? If you have the expectation that you're going to work with models, ask the question like, how many models am I going to be working with? Or about how long is this part of the class? How much is hands-on? My hands-on might only be 30 minutes to an hour. But if you getting through a full certification class in 2 hours, what did you really learn? Is that enough time to understand theory, machine settings, and get hands-on practice? Probably not. All right. So those are the kind of things I want you guys to look for. But Tdlr, like I said, constantly in contact with them. As of right now, if you're doing body services, like I said, and it clearly even shows you body wraps. They're like, no, anybody can do that. You don't have to have a license for that. That's just the same as you don't have to be a massage therapist to massage hands and feet, or do reflexology. So there, I mean, you guys need to look at the document because there are certain things that you can do without licenses, but then there's certain things that you can't. And if you start doing those things, you're gonna get caught up, and Tdlr is going to come out, fine you, shut your business down, etc. So I did want to make sure that I posted that link again. I'm gonna post the link for all of you guys to see it on both our YouTube as well as our Instagram. I posted it on both, and I will continue to update you guys as things change. I do also have really quick. I was gonna try to show y'all this let me see if I can pull it up, this image. No, I can't. I'll have to send it. If you guys are really interested in understanding a little bit better like what can be done, I put the link in the conversation, but I will also I'm sorry guys, but I will also send it to you guys in the DMs. It's just a couple pictures that show you exactly what Texas is saying. Now, in addition to that, I know a lot of you guys always, come on here and say, well, what about in Arkansas? What about in Louisiana? I constantly give you guys the resource. I will give it to you for free. If you email us at info@camelliaalise.com, we will send you a website that it gives you for every state the body wraps and certain things. But then in addition to that, it gives you your cosmetology board's link. So it gives you the Arkansas's board of whatever. It gives you the Texas board of whatever. So if it might not specifically say cavitation or wood therapy, but it has your state board, so you can click that link and then go to your board to get your questions answered. All right. So I hope that helped you guys. Like I said, I'm getting so many people asking questions and wanting to know, different things. But you got to make sure that you are being informed. And sometimes, you guys, it's as easy as I literally will put in Google. You can put in and say Tdlr body contouring. Who can do what? Who can do it? Or Tdlr laser hair removal. Who can do it? Sometimes all it takes is a simple Google search. But are you taking the time to look at it before you invest your money in something? And ultimately, you could be losing your money and somebody could just be taking advantage of you if you're not taking the time to do the research yourself. So that's what I have for you guys today. I hope that it was helpful. If y'all have questions, more specific questions, if you want the links again, or if you want the actual, like I said, the little paper screenshots that I did that show who can do what, All you guys have to do is email us at info@CameliaElise.com and we will answer those questions for you. Okay. I came on a couple weeks ago and I talked about pressure therapy. The pressure therapy machines are back in stock, you guys. So if you're interested in those, go ahead and grab them. Also, we are in the middle of our 4 weeks of giving. So y'all be on the page. We have different things on our Instagram and Facebook. Every week is going to be a new deal. For Academy sales, we did 50% off digital classes last week, I think. So all of that's there. And then we do have a new website, you guys, and it has the 2024 summit information as well, because a lot of y'all have DM'd us for that. If you have questions about the upcoming summit, we are still working on it because it's a year away. But if you have questions, feel free to reach out to us. Like I said, once again, it's info@CameliaElise.com. We're here to answer any questions for you that we can, and we will talk to you guys soon. Y'all have an amazing evening. I will see you next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we're going to talk about some marketing stuff. So I'm excited to get into it with y'all. Y'all have an amazing evening. Oh, and wait, look, I forgot to toast y'all. I was so excited to talk about Tdlr updates. I forgot to toast. So toast to each and every one of you guys for making it through hump day. And clearly y'all can see I'm comfortable at home. I got my Silk Sonic on, so I figure we'll jam to some Silk Sonic. Y'all have a good evening.